Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I've recently registered my company in Singapore in just 3 days, completely online without any paperwork. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I did that and how you can do the same. Now, the first step is to actually decide why you want to register in Singapore. And second step is to identify what kind of entity you want to have. And then third step is to apply and get your company registered to one of the services that are available online that help you through the entire process without you having to go to Singapore, without you having to do any paperwork at all. So now let's start with the first part of the process, which is why do you want to register in Singapore? I'm assuming since you've clicked on this video and you're here watching this video, you've probably either already decided that you'd like to register in Singapore, or you are just thinking and checking out various options of different countries that you can register. Now, the first thing that would come to your mind is the obvious choice, which is to register in your home country. And there are several reasons why you would not like to do that, and that's completely dependent on which country you're from. In my case, for example, I'm from India, and one of the biggest reasons that I've moved my business to Singapore is the tax-friendly structure. So the corporate tax in Singapore is lower than India, and that just saves immediately for me, a 7 to 10% on an annual basis, the profit that I make from the company. Now, Singapore has a 17% corporate tax, and there are different schemes that you can apply for further on top of that, but that's the standard corporate tax slab in Singapore. So the other reasons why you might want to move to Singapore, for example, is very crypto friendly as an economy, and a lot of new crypto startups are registering there. If you are in Southeast Asian region, for example, a lot of Southeast Asian startups, including Indian startups, Vietnamese startups, since I live here in Vietnam, I've noticed a lot of Vietnamese startups as well would register in Singapore. Since I do a lot of business in Southeast Asia, it makes sense for me to register in Singapore. It also looks good to have a company registered in Singapore versus, let's say, Vietnam or India for different reasons when you're working with international clients. And the money transfer, the bank transfer, and the online payment options that are open to you are way greater than you would have, let's say, for example, in India. So I could sign up for a Stripe or PayPal or any account very quickly and have no issues when I have a Singapore company. So those are a few different reasons, and you'd like to, you'd want to play around with your reasons and then do a pros and cons analysis to see if your home country is a better choice for you or Singapore. But as a person who runs a remote business, I work remotely, my team works remotely, we are all in a remote position, and we would like to have the best structure for a business wherein we can accept international payments, if required, accept crypto payments, and we can have a tax-friendly structure. And all of those things make Singapore a very good option for us. Now, for me, because I live in Vietnam and I travel a lot in Southeast Asia, Singapore is again a place where I could always have transactions coming and going, not just for my company expenses, but also for my personal expenses, because I live and spend money in Southeast Asia. So that's another reason why, I thought of Singapore, because if you register in a country where you're probably never going to spend money, then you will eventually have to move that money from that country to your personal bank account. And when you do that, you'll have to pay personal income tax on that money again, which doesn't make sense. So the benefit that you would get of saving the tax, you would eventually lose it in case you are a solopreneur or you are deciding to take out money from the business and pass it on to your personal account. And if that's not the case, if you're looking to build an entity where you have, let's say co-founders, you plan to get investment, for all of those reasons, Singapore would be a great place to register. Now, the next point is how I did this online, remotely, with no paperwork. So I used a service, and there are multiple services online that you can check out. But for me, the service that I used was Sleek. So their website is sleek.sg. And you can just go to the website. It's a very straightforward process and complete the entire incorporation process online. Now, this is not a sponsored video, unfortunately. However, This is the service that I personally used. It was a very good experience. The support was very good. The service was very good. So that's the reason why I would highly recommend that if you're registering a company in Singapore, do have a look at Sleek. You can check out other options as well. So in the next part of the video, I'm actually going to show you the website and the kind of steps that I took to register my company on sleek.sg. So let's get into it. So guys, here we are in sleek.sg, and I'm just going to directly go to the pricing option so that you know how much they actually charge. So you would need to do your incorporation, and 35 Singapore dollars is the fees that Sleek charges. On top of that, you'll have to pay 315 Singapore dollars, which is the government fee. You will also need a company secretary, which is 240 Singapore dollars a year. Accounting and bookkeeping, if you want them to handle it, if you want Sleek to handle it, which in my case, I have assigned it to them, then you can pay additional for that. And then finally, there's a nominee director. So if you don't have a local director in Singapore, which is a requirement, by the way, by the Singapore government, in that case, you'll have to hire sort of a nominee director, and this director does not really have execution rights, but it's just a on paper legal requirement that you'll have to fulfill. And you could always save this money in the future by visiting Singapore once a year. You can also get a work pass or an employment pass with your own company that you register in the future, and you can save that money. But for the first year, I recommend that you get this so that you don't have any troubles and you can get through the registration process like a breeze. So those are all the payments required. So you have the 35, 315, $240 a year for the secretary, and then 1,500 Singapore dollars every year for the nominee director. There's a register address and digital mailroom, which is 300 Singapore dollars a year. Then you can also apply in the future for visa. As of now, I haven't done that because I don't have an immediate requirement to go to Singapore. But for now, I haven't done that. But in the future, I may want to get a sort of an EP, which is an employment pass from my own company to go to Singapore. The next step would be to actually start receiving payments and making payments. And for that, I currently use the Sleek business account, which is a virtual bank account that Sleek provides. So they have a bank account, and then they can create multiple virtual bank accounts for the different companies that have been registered through Sleek. So as of now, I use the virtual bank account. I can still receive payments, send invoices, make payments, all of that from my Sleek business account. I have no rush to have my own company bank account in Singapore, but that's something that Sleek can help you with it as well. So those are the next two steps for me, which is one is that I'm actually going to get a bank account in Singapore. I'm already using the Sleek virtual bank account to make all of the transactions that I need. So for now, I'm good. And then finally, I'm also going to do the employment pass process and try to get a work pass through my own company. And those are the two videos that I would definitely make as I go through that process. But for now, for this video, that's all. That's how I registered my company. It's as easy as it gets. Just go on this website and you can get everything done. This is unfortunately not a sponsored video, and I don't have affiliate links as well. But this is something that really helped me. So I thought, let me share it with other entrepreneurs and business owners who would like to save tax or move to a more crypto-friendly country, or just in general would like to get an employment pass or a visa for Singapore, would like to stay there, would like to move there. Those are all great reasons to actually incorporate your company in Singapore. So all the best. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section.